Hello, listeners. This is Get to Know an RSO on 89.1 WIDR FM. My name's Dan Hubble, and today we have a special guest from the Broncords. Hello, Danny. How have you been doing today? How's life treating you?
I'm good. You know, doing summer classes and whatnot. Just getting stuff done.
Oh, summer classes.
Yeah.
What kind of classes are those, if you don't mind me asking?
Gen eds. A lot of gen eds.
Gen eds, okay.
Some music classes. I'm doing like basic theory 4, so getting my basic theory out of the way.
Ooh. I'm scared about that. I don't have to take it, but I'm debating on if I should, just anyways. Do you mind if I ask what your major is?
Yeah, so I'm a choral music education major with a general business minor.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Awesome. That's an interesting combination. I don't think I've heard something quite like that before.
Yeah, it's my grandpa's helping me with school, and he was a doctor. So I was like, I want to be a music teacher, and he was like, you want to be a business person? I was like, I want to be a business person too, Grandpa. So doing both.
Fair enough. So is this your first time in the studio at WIDR FM?
I've had a little tour, but this is my first time sitting down. Yeah.
Well, what do you think? Do you like it?
It's really cool. Yeah. It's nice, and I like the vibe a lot.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice place. I mean, it's got some features, I guess, if you want to call them those. It's a little rustic, to put it nicely.
The little entrance.
Yeah, but it'll be nice to. Oh yeah, especially the back door entrance. Oh yeah. But you know, shortly we're gonna be moving to our new studio pretty soon. I don't know if you've seen any pictures of it at all.
I have not.
We're going to be facing Sangren Hall. We're going to have all glass windows.
Ooh.
We're going to have this big section like cut out for us in the new RSO Central that's going to be there, where I don't know the specifics, but there's a lot of desks there, and they are allocated exclusively for RSOs, and so they have a space to meet and, you know, like do administrative things. But yeah, I guess just tell me a little bit more about yourself. What kind of things do you like to do outside of school?
Okay, so I do a lot of theater. I've done theater since middle school. I'm about to start rehearsals for a musical over at the Civic. I currently am DMing a Pokemon D&D campaign.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so I kind of homebrewed that together and have been running that. I work a lot. I work at Sweetwater's Donut Mill on Stadium, so I pretty much, I'm going to be going to rehearsals, playing D&D, and working with donuts.
Awesome.
It's my life right now.
And can you tell me more about the Broncords and kind of what they do?
Yeah. So the Broncords is a tenor bass accapella group here at Western. It's an audition-based group. And essentially we have a couple rehearsals a week, and we get together sometimes with the other accapella groups on campus, sometimes just on our own, and we put on concerts. Last year it was once a semester, but we also get invited to do, like, we performed at a right before a basketball game, and sometimes we have like fundraisers reach out and be like, hey, we want to have a group sing, so can you come and sing for us?
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm going to ask you as an individual first, why do you like being a part of the Broncords?
Well, I've done a cappella groups since my since my 8th grade year of school. I started doing a cappella in the end of middle school, and then I did it all throughout high school. And it's, as a like music major, you get a lot of very not traditional, but like proper choral music that you sing in choirs, and then it's like it's not an escape, I want to say, but it's like a calming thing to go and just work on, like singing pop songs with a group of people that you have fun with for 2 hours and then performing them. Like we did, we've done I Want It That Way. I've sang I Want It That Way before. We did, I've sang All the Single Ladies before. There's just a bunch of fun songs that you wouldn't do in like music classes that I always look forward to doing in an a cappella group, especially if I'm stressed about my classes.
Oh, for sure. I totally get that. It's really important to kind of have an escape outside of just classes, and having a community is really important, I feel, on campus. Why would you suggest someone join the Broncords specifically?
Well, we're the only tenor bass a cappella group on campus, which means it used to be like an all male group, but we've been transitioning away from that in the past years to be more inclusive. So it just means it's a lower voiced a cappella group.
Sure.
So it is there's some things you get just in a lower voiced a cappella group that you don't get as much in a mixed group. There's a lot more. Think like the low parts of pentatonics. It's more of that than like higher parts. And
just for anyone who doesn't know what the pentatonics are, can you elaborate?
Yeah, it's an a cappella group that it's a very popular a cappella group. I forget all their names. Mitch, one of them is Mitch. The high tenor is Mitch, but there's it's a 5-person group, and they won a show and basically skyrocketed in popularity. But they do a bunch of different, like their entire thing is a cappella covers. But they're a co-ed group, so there's a woman and then there's 4 guys. So you have like the high parts, soprano, and then there's alto, and then tenor and bass. But in the Broncords, it's just tenor 1 and tenor 2, and then bass and baritone. So it's, in my experience, it's a different vibe to sing with an all tenor group. It's not necessarily like better. It's just it's fun. There's a rowdiness and like a funness to singing in a tenor based group that you get in other groups. It's just more prevalent in my experiences.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I totally get that. Personally, I'm not much of a singer. I used to be in a choir, like a children's choir when I was in middle school for the college I used to live near, or the university. And I don't sing much anymore, but I am a bass player, and there's definitely, I feel like there's there's always those stereotypes for, different types of musicians based off of their, what instrument they play. Would you say there's kind of a similar thing for choral and singers as well, for their like ranges, I guess, that they sing in?
Yeah, I think so. It's definitely, especially looking at music, there's a lot of like, oh, the altos kind of got screwed over here because they just have a boring line, or the sopranos are like the popular girls in class or stuff like that. So there's stereotypes like that. I think as it's you see it less as you continue throughout schooling. Like in college, it's way less prevalent than it was in high school, but definitely in high school, you're like, okay, so the sopranos are the popular ones, the tenors are the weird ones, stuff like that. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, say you're talking to someone right now who's interested in joining the Broncords. What would you suggest they do?
So you can reach out on any of our social medias. We're on Instagram at broncords.wmu. We're on Facebook at the WMU Broncords, and then we also have a YouTube channel that's pretty inactive right now, but that is WMU Broncords. We're also going to be at Bronco Bash and Fall Welcome in Dalton, and I'm going to have posters and like little business cards with all of our information on it. So you can go on to any of those social medias or see us anywhere there, and we're going to have ways that you can reach out and see about getting involved. And then once it's closer to audition time, because we are an audition-based group, auditions are in the beginning of the fall semester. I'll have posters up around various places on campus, mainly in Dalton. I'm also going to put some in Sangren and just a couple other places around campus. But look out for the social medias. Look out for the posters that will eventually go up. And I mean, if you go into the music building at all and ask anyone, they probably know someone who would be able to help you with that. So.
And if you missed that, and you're still interested in joining the Broncords, you'll also be able to find more information on our website, widrfm.org, under the original series tab. Thanks, Danny, for coming out here. I appreciate you telling me a little bit more and educating me on the Broncords and what you guys do. To the listeners at home, thank you for tuning in and getting to know an RSO. Come back soon to learn about more ways to get involved at campus at WMU.